Time to go straighten out this mess.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya?
I'm terrified.
So weak now, are we?
Wasn't quite sure where to go here. Oh, wait.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Aha.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Wanted to check to see if the TV was doing anything, but also to see if I could see what was going on. Couldn't see anything.
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
I thought the confused part was now, but it's actually a little later.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Backstage is all yours, Tom. Seize your destiny.
I shall. Take the keys.
I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled, adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Birch.
We were on the road, man. You think we haven't seen punks like you before?
Mortal knave.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Dun dun dun. Ooh, paintings.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Let's go look at other stuff first.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Paintings. I love it when there's paintings in games to look at. You know, like serious images. Creepy. Got a few more over here.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing. At all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Aha. But still, wondering exactly what's going on. Gonna have to go and find Hartman.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna chew your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Oh, it's Barry.
Seriously! Do you have any idea how much trouble you're
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
The plot further thickens. Gotta get the coffee. Gotta get the coffee. Oh, can't get the coffee. Oh, we've gone cutscene.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Oh, well. So much for him. Time to get out of this place.
On me in a moment. I had to find a way out. Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
I'd like to get all the manuscript pages eventually, but that would require another playthrough. I'm not sure I'm keen on that. Ooh, that doesn't look healthy. And of course I pressed B instead of A because I'm so used to Nintendo's way of doing it. All my life, I don't often even use Nintendo controllers, but I mix up X and Y and A and B all the time. It causes a lot of problems in QuickTime events on the Xbox. Wasn't quite sure what to do here.
Possessed bookshelves out of my way.
I was wondering where to get light. Looking around for a flashlight or something. Took me a minute to remember the generator. Upstairs. Of course, even running into these things hurts you. And I did know about the generator, but I wanted to check out the lit TV first.
There had been a generator and a work light on the balcony.
Light it up! Well, that'll take care of that problem. I'm sure there will be another problem very shortly. I don't think there was a way to even avoid a lot of that. Flare! There was a flare back there. I had to go back and get it. And of course I throw the flare in the one place that doesn't get rid of the thing that's blocking my path. I was very much hoping there would be another flare in there. And there was. Manuscript page. But of course I turned on the TV instead.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Interesting. Okay. Can't get in there. Can't get in there. Can't get in there. And suddenly I realized what I had to do. That's why there was an indent here in the wall that you could go hide in. I figured the ball was going to come down the hall at any moment. Thing is, it was coming at me, but while I was in the cutout, so I had to. It would have to be a dodge thing. It would have to come down, and I'd have to dodge it. I'd have to stand in its way. Yeah, I didn't make it. I'm home free! Or not. I'm gonna have to have the ball break that thing, too. Maybe a window? Nope. I have to get that ball to come at me down on this end. And I got hit again. Come on. I thought this was a neat idea, but was kind of poor in execution. All right, ball, come on. Oh, and now I'm trapped in the corner with it. I can't get by it, and it killed me. Gonna have to try that again. This time, you will see I did much better. Basically went off without a hitch. I was trying to figure out how to like a dodge instead of just jump. But then I realized I don't think you can actually do that in this game. Come on, ball. You can do it. There you go. There we go. Now to the other door. Now this one. Come on now. Perfect.
I'm here!
But of course, that's the way we're supposed to go, so we want to go the other way. Let's go back to the House of Death.
Hey, come on! We gotta get going!
Be quiet, Barry. I'm looking for stuff. Like coffee. You know, from what I've heard, you don't even get anything. There's like no collectibles to unlock. This is basically you get an achievement by collecting the coffee stuff. So that's pretty lame.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
I shall
God!
take your light.
Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Delicious. Yeah, and that's how I realized what that thing was. Yeah, one side's good enough. Flares and batteries. Now to go through a hedge maze, which of course will be dark and terrifying.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around.
And obviously I'd gone the right way, but I didn't want to go back to go the wrong way. I've played this game enough now to know that there's going to be a guy behind me too. They do that so much now, it's predictable. I, of course, still forget sometimes, though. Don't trust Emil. Have we met that character? I can't even remember.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Al, be careful! I can see them moving around. They're coming for you.
I bet they are. Boom. I kept thinking I saw breaks in the wall, but I didn't.